all for the greater glory of God. St. Ignatius, March 15th, 1970. That is a long time ago. Oh my goodness, here are pictures of the festival from some of the early festivals. They sure look different than they do today. Look at the two little ladies in their dresses. And here are a bucket booth. And there's the cake booth. Oh, here is the first communion class. Look how pretty those girls look. And the first graduation class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 children in the first graduation class. Ah, the cafeteria ladies. Look at all these cafeteria ladies. There's Father Hilbert and some of the priests coming over to get their lunch. Boy, cafeteria sure looks different, doesn't it? This is Miss Mary Lee. She was a teacher, and then she became one of the principal later. This is actually the AIDS office. If you know what the AIDS office looks like now, you can see it sure looks different. And this is what the cafeteria used to look like too. It is where Mrs. Ray and Miss Cassier's room are. That was the cafeteria. They're now classrooms. This is what the school looked like, still pretty much the same. When we had festivals here, when I was growing up, I graduated in 1973, this is where all the rides would be, right out next to North Bend Road. That's where all the rides would be. And here is a plaque of the Holy Family. That is still there. It's been there for a long, long time. These are some of the sisters, the first principals of St. Ignatius. We had a lot of sisters back when the school was started. It was founded by the Sisters of Mercy. When I started St. Ignatius, this was our principal, Sister Bertrand. We don't have many nuns at St. Ignatius anymore. Oh my goodness, this is what, we didn't call it a band, we called it an orchestra. And this is what all the children wore when they were in the orchestra. And this is part of the cafeteria, which is not there anymore. But all the children wore these special vests with their orchestra uniforms. And this is the plaque. You can see it. It is now outside Mrs. Menzer's room, the Holy Family plaque. When I was a student, this is my classmate and another classmate, and this is Mrs. Sweeney. We used to put on puppet shows. This is the library, which is now where Miss Girdler's room is. This was the library. And here are the children leaving from school after their day at school. 2 buses we had, and those are the children going on. Today we have 20 buses that pick up the kids. This is a classroom, Mr. Miller's classroom. You can see some of the things are still the same. The speaker up here, the statue of Mary is still there in a lot of the classrooms. A lot of the things are still the same. Some children still get tutored here at school, and this is a picture of an aide with one of the students being tutored, and this is what the desks used to look like. They look a lot different today. Here are some of the teacher aides. We have a lot of aides today. This is our maintenance man. Back then he was called a custodian. Look at him in his jacket and tie. Sure looks different than how Mr. Campbell and Mr. Evans and the other maintenance men look today. And again, here is the Holy Family plaque, and these were the maintenance crew, the helpers that helped him. These were all the ladies that helped in the library. We had a lot of volunteers that would come in and help with everything in the library. Some of the nurses' aides and the school health nurses. See the little beanie that she's wearing there? And here we are just distributing the rubella vaccine. Back then, in those days, we all got the vaccine. Today, children are not always automatically vaccinated, but back then we all got vaccinated. And here are some of the children on their first communion. Look at the children at their desks. The desks sure look different today, don't they? We also had a special kind of reading called SRA, and we would all sit and look at the screen and the words which flash up before us. And that's how we learned to do a lot of reading. We had speed reading. Here's some of the softball coaches. And again, this statue here of the Sacred Heart is outside of Mrs. Menzer's room, still where it was then. Here's a picture of Mary. A statue of Mary. And this statue is still in the same place. It was donated by one of my classmates' aunts. And it is still in the same location by the Boomer Road steps. And this is Father Hilbert and his dog.